Hey everyone, okay, so in this video I'm going to talk to you about my predictions for Star Wars Celebration. Okay, now Star Wars Celebration, for those of you who are not familiar, is basically it's like a D23 Expo or a Comic-Con, but it's dedicated solely to Star Wars. Okay, so Star Wars Celebration takes place this year in Orlando, and it's mid-April. I believe it's April 13th to the 16th. So it's that entire weekend. I'm going to go over with you guys right now my predictions and what I think might be announced at Star Wars Celebration. Okay? Now, first and foremost, the big elephant in the room is Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. So I think it's a given that we'll probably receive some sort of teaser for The Last Jedi. And I think it's also a given that we'll probably receive some sort of fleshed out details in regards to the characters, maybe a little bit on the plot, what we can expect. I don't think there's going to be as much secrecy in regards to The Last Jedi as there was in regards to The Force Awakens, because we kind of now have a bearing as to where we're at in the universe. There was a lot of secrecy with Force Awakens. That was unprecedented on how secretive they were with that film. I think they're going to loosen up a little bit with Last Jedi, just a little bit. So I think we're going to see some information come out, some fleshed out details in regards to the characters and everything like that. Again, a teaser is very likely. Probably something similar to what we received for Force Awakens, that very first teaser. It was like 88 seconds or like a minute long or something like that. I think we'll get something similar to that for The Last Jedi. There's also rumors that we might get like a sizzle reel of like backstage, behind the scenes, footage, which I don't know if you guys were able to watch it, but there was a sizzle reel for Rogue One, the last Star Wars Celebration, and it was probably one of my favorite things they actually released for Rogue One. They took some behind the scenes footage. They kind of chopped it up, they added music, and it turned out to be a really gorgeous piece of work. I really enjoyed it. So I'll add it in the description. You guys can check it out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, if they do like another sizzle reel behind the scenes for Last Jedi, I think that could actually be potentially really cool. I know a lot of people are kind of begroaning that, behind the scenes, but I don't know. What they did with Rogue One and their behind the scenes footage was really amazing. So have an open mind. You never know. So yeah, Last Jedi, I think they're going to release a ton of stuff. Within reason. It's still Star Wars. It's still very secretive, but I think they will release some stuff. Majority of it will be Last Jedi. Star Wars Rebels. A lot of people love this show. I am one of those people. I love Star Wars Rebels. They kill it every time. They kill it every celebration. Last year, they announced Grand Admiral Thrawn will be part of the upcoming season. And they were really like the star of the entire celebration. That Star Wars Rebels really stole the show last year. So do not sleep on Star Wars Rebels. They will probably announce something that's really cool, really amazing. It's going to blow everyone's mind. So keep an eye out for that if you're a fan of the show. If you haven't seen Star Wars Rebels yet, you should probably watch it. It's actually really good. I will admit the first few episodes or even the first season is kind of slow. Just get through that. But once you hit season 2, oh my gosh, Rebels just kicks into high gear. It's a badass show. You guys are going to love it. So if you're a Star Wars fan, watch Rebels. Season 1 is admittedly kind of slow, but trust me, it gets so cool. It gets a lot better. It gets a lot darker. So check it out if you haven't. Now, I have a lot of theme park fans on my channel. Probably the majority of the people that follow me or subscribe to me are theme park people. Do not sleep on Star Wars Celebration. I'm telling you right now, with Star Warsland coming out in just 2 years, I have very little doubt that something Star Wars Land related will come out during Star Wars Celebration. So keep your eyes peeled. honestly, even if you don't like the movies, if you're not a big fan of like Star Wars and the TV shows and all the canon and the comic books and the films, but you love the parks and you're interested in what's going on in the parks, keep your eye out at Celebration. They might announce something or release something Star Wars Land related. So that's something to really keep your mind on, because it really is a possible. I mean, I think it's a good possibility that something Star Wars Land will be released. So, keep that in mind. Even if you're not a big fan of the films or the canon or the comics and all that good stuff, keep that in mind that something park related might be released. Now, another thing that I think they probably will do is announce the future of Star Wars. Now, what I mean by that is, right now we have The Last Jedi, Episode 8, coming out in December of 2017. We have the Han Solo standalone film coming out in May of 2018. And then we have Episode 9 coming out in 2019. But we have not yet received any word as to what comes after that. I think this Celebration is when we're going to find that out. I think they're going to announce some sort of standalone film past 2019. Right now, the rumor is a Boba Fett standalone film, which I'm honestly not too thrilled about. I'm not a big Boba Fett person. But if they kind of focus more on like that Star Wars universe underground with like bounty hunters and stuff like that, like the CD Underground, I think a Boba Fett film could be kind of cool. I think it would be better as a Netflix series, but whatever. If it's going to be a standalone film, it's going to be a standalone film. So I think that's a big possibility. They're going to announce the Boba Fett standalone film. They might, if it's not Boba Fett, they might even announce the Obi Wan Kenobi standalone film, which has been rumored for a while too. Now that is the film that I would love to see. I would love to see an Obi Wan Kenobi standalone film. So, or hey, you never know. Maybe we'll get lucky. It'll be Star Wars Christmas, and we'll get a Boba Fett and an Obi Wan Kenobi announcement at Celebration. Who knows? But I definitely think that there will be some sort of announcement in regards to at least one or even two of the films past 2019. We're sort of running out of runway here. I mean, we have Han Solo and Episode 8 and Episode 9, and that's it. So I think they're going to have to start announcing some other films in the pipeline. We're kind of running out of room here in terms of Phase 1. So I think something will be announced. I just don't know what. So those are pretty much my predictions. I also do want to point out to you, I did a D23 Expo prediction video today as well. You can check that out. I was originally going to add a piece of information from that video into this video, but I decided to swap it because I go to a website. It's called StarWarsNewsNet.com, and they're a solid source for Star Wars information. And they're saying that the Han Solo standalone film, the title of the film, will be announced at D23 Expo. I was originally going to add that to this video because I thought maybe they would do it at Celebration. But these guys, they're legit. Their information is usually pretty accurate. So I added it to my D23 video. But I wanted to mention it in this video because it's Star Wars related. That the Han Solo title of the film, the Han Solo standalone film title, will be or might be released at D23. That's another thing. I think that there will be some pieces of information in regards to this Han Solo standalone film at Celebration. I think it'll be kind of far and few between, though. I think it'll be kind of like the Celebration from a couple years ago, where the focus was on Force Awakens, but they kind of gave us a little bit on Rogue One. And I think that's kind of what they're going to do here in Celebration. I think we're going to get the focus will be Episode 8, The Last Jedi, with a little pieces of like, Han Solo, and maybe like an announcement as to the anthology films or the standalone films going forward. So we'll get like nuggets of information on these other films, but the focus, the main priority, will be The Last Jedi. So Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like, subscribe. I do videos on Star Wars, a ton of Star Wars, Pixar, Marvel, Disney, theme parks, all of it. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. May the Force be with you. Bye-bye.